Hello friends, Arthur here and welcome to the hectic, frustrating, fun and logical showcase number 32. And we start with Transition Valley by Codewall and Maki, and this is honestly my second run when, showcase is over and we start all tracks again. So at this point I could finish this track. Previously for full 5 minutes I was failing after checkpoint 3 all the time. I don't know, I just couldn't do it. But then on basically my first run, on the second attempt, I done it. Not perfectly, not quite fast, but well, as always, I'm quite happy just to finish just Maki map. One of the problems for me was, even I think my computer is quite powerful, it was laggy on this level because I believe of the amount of trains. And again, my assumptions that it's not computer problem, it's more like Unity, because you need do a lot of different stuff with trains. Long and slow breaks are nice. Is it the same with brakes? Very hard map because you need to use brake a lot, and that is something unusual for the Zeepkist. Usually you want to be as fast as possible and try to beat all parts as fast as possible and as smooth as possible, but in this case you need to brake, you're forced to brake just because you will fly off the track. You won't have enough, not grip, but you won't be stick on these sharp turns, and basically you will be moving by gravity. And the last moment into the checkpoint, well, I never could done it. It's just basically the last small wall riding or jump into the finish, and yeah, for 5 minutes I never could manage to do. Logic Note by Travesty. Well, first of many logical track for this showcase, and track change after each checkpoint. One main thing for this track that people saying a lot during the stream, it's that icy part is not quite long enough to have a foot 180 turnaround for basically after each checkpoint. And one of the assumptions was that probably you could use soap. Another thing that people found is that you can cut the blue part and it saves you 6-7 seconds on the run, and maybe some arrows guidelines would be nice, but again, maybe it was the after idea to not put it here to make it slightly harder, who knows. Follows a monochrome sound by Mate 108. So there is no guidelines, there is a lot of invisible walls, so you always need to follow the music, but well, probably I'm tone deaf, I just don't understand what kind of sound you need to do to follow it, and basically I was doing as probably most of players do, just follow the crowd and hoping for the crowd person for finding this best way to finish this track. But in this case 5 minutes wasn't enough to finish this track, and the schmark who finished it, he find basically cheese from the start. He go left and do the wall ride into the finish for whole track. So yeah, really interesting, cool idea with the sound, but we need more time to finish it. R13S01 by Rory13. There was a big conversation what R13S01 mean, is it short tracks, speed check tracks, because this track built for the last jump you need to build all your speed, and probably it should be 105 to finish this track so probably you need to do it very smooth, very precise to do, so yeah, quite challenging track. Some BS for Showcase by Renergy. And basically this is one trick track. It's quite short, like 50 seconds if you could finish it. Spoiler, no one finished this track. And the problem that you need to do like quite fun element trick. You need to go up and basically lose all your speed that your soulbox starting falling off and stick to the other side. Then you need to have enough speed to make turn and go into the finish, which, well, in this case, in this showcase, 5 minutes wasn't enough to like 20-30 people just to finish at least once. Mole Cheese by Job Wee, and yet another quite hard, quite precise, quite demanding track. You need to do it very precise, and you need to do it very smooth to not lose speed for the basically the last jump. And after the last jump you also need quite a big amount of speed and force just to go at the last speed check uphill. I believe Lexer was the closest one who could finish it, but well, it is what it is. Minesweeper by IOI8, and I'm quite old to know this game, and it's so fun to see it in Zeepkist. And I believe some of these square elements, they have like marbles, and if you hit them you will be crushed head by the death element. So yeah, it's quite hard, and I always said that he's using cats for RNG for marbles. So yeah, quite logical, quite fun, and really fast, interesting track. Breakout by Diabler, and yet another really fun, logical Breakout by Diabler, and yet another fun way to use logic in Zeepkist. So he built like ping pong, Space Invader. I just don't remember how this all game's called, but you probably already understood the rules, the purpose of this game. So you need to use the ball to destroy all elements and go into the finish. And as you probably see, the middle one is indestructible, so you need to use all these side parts. And one of the really fun things that several of these bricks, I would say, they have extra ball, and I think it's like 2-3 of them here. I found only 2, but yet again, it's really nice, really fun, and so different way how you can use Zeepkist for now with all these logical elements. I really love it. I basically admire like Diabler vision, how he can find out all these really nice, cool features in the game. So yeah. V80 by Westside. Very fast track with very sharp, hard lines. My pain point was the uphill to the checkpoint 2. I fell so many times there that I just had like 2 lucky attempts at the end to finish it, because, well, it was hard and it's not really easy to see all the barriers because they're slightly transparent, and sometimes you just don't see them on this evening, morning sky. And this track also have risky, so right before checkpoint 5 you can go like short, smaller wall ride, and it goes to the risky finish, which probably could save you like quite a lot of time. But yeah, I didn't risk, I just happy to finish this track, and yeah, it was nice. Pinmaster Wicked Desert by Arms Up Airport, and yet another really strange one trick track where basically all that you need, it use like, I don't know, like 180 turnaround each time before each Omni boosters because the next one is using the different direction, and if you will be slow, the 7th checkpoint will be closed and you won't finish it in the time. Lexer found really nice way to finish this track. Basically rush to the all correct checkpoint for one direction and try to take them as fast as can, and then go back and take all other. Yes, it's slower, but at least you can finish. And another way that sometimes if you're unlucky you can be crushed by the fallen train. Will chase was Just Maki. I love that Just Maki used the sign to explain why he built this track, and this is quite a long track, and usually I love such type of tracks, like slightly open world, where there's a lot of different trajectory. In this case you need to go directly to the sun and you can jump over hills, over rivers, lakes and other stuff. The biggest problem for me on this track was that it's quite long, so for 5 minutes basically you have like 3 full attempts if you're lucky, and well, I wasn't, because there are several jumps with like basically blind jumps, and both my almost lucky attempt where I was like saw the finish but didn't do it. I crashed to the cactus, whatever. But even if I didn't finish, I really enjoy such type of tracks. I really love them, and yeah, it's just quite nice each time, basically using the same track, but have way different experience, because it's really hard to jump and land on the same area, same element, so each time you have different trajectory, different lines to the finish. Isolation by Gearwork Dragon. Probably you already hate it when I'm saying that I'm not really love icy tracks, because I'm really bad at it, but in this case I wouldn't say it's very bad, or maybe I was just lucky enough to finish this track from my first attempt, and then each time when I tried to improve my time I was slightly faster and like falling off. I believe the biggest, hardest part on this track is the icy uphill into the finish, where if you won't have enough trajectory, enough line, enough momentum, you will fall off and hit the wall. So yeah, probably I was quite lucky. Shaddy's Downhill Shorty. Very nice track. Very interesting one. And first thing, I will show you really nice idea from Shaddy how to prevent people to use AFK paraglide for finishing his track. He hide checkpoint into the rock. So quite easy one with all these new logic elements. It's really easy to do. So yeah, it's genius. I love this fun way how to not to give people exploit some elements of your track. As of track, it's also very nice, very smooth, like honestly in Shadownick style. So love it. The other thing that he built in this showcase track, it's basically like hunting to the prize, you know, like in adventure mode right now there's some like hidden prizes, hidden wheels and other stuff around all the adventure levels, so people start using the same elements in the track but they're just physical objects. But in this case it is challenged to go there, and he built like, I don't know, the flowers there that you need to grab basically this present. So it's also a really nice feature for the tracks, not mandatory but good one. Shifts in Time 4x4 by Sir Jerry. Another logical track where it's changed. I don't know, does track change random by the like logical elements, or it's triggered by checkpoints you choose? But I noticed that sometimes some roads are not on the same layout from attempt to attempt, so I can't basically build out the road from photo mode, because for example in this time I have this like straightforward turn to the left and go to checkpoint 3. On my previous attempt there was a gap in the track, so I used like detour, basically going back to the checkpoint 1, and it's quite long. Probably it was better to make it slightly faster on a speed. So yeah, spoiler, I didn't finish it. Both my lucky attempt, I was doing the same mistake. I was trying to cut checkpoint 3 and each time I'm hit the road and crashing. So yeah, but I really love that we have this logic feature in the game. It gives so many different ideas to people to build this track. So yeah, love it. Stay Vigilant by Rustify. Probably it's like the first track from Rustify on a showcase, and I wonder does this player like start recently, because this track, even if it builds like with a lot of interesting elements, a lot of interesting transition, it still feels like it could be done more. For example, the jump and landing before checkpoint 4. Knowing like Zeepkist and Unity, you easily can hit from a height and just lose wheels. It's slightly RNG, so it's better use feathers. And other thing, why I'm thinking that it's quite new player, is just because I beat the after time, which if you play like at least 3 to 6 months in Zeepkist, you're already better than me in most cases in aftertime and other stuff. So yeah, it's just quite easy mark. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Teenage Zombie Jedi Godzilla by OGL Games. It was long time while I see the track without roads, basically built from other obstacles on the track, and I wonder, there's two assumptions from me. Is it was some kind of challenge, build track without roads, or build track with a specific amount of elements like 15, 30, because they're all quite scaled. So yeah, or basically maybe both. Just wonder. As of track, even if it built with like non-road elements, it's so smooth, it's so nice, it's really fun to drive. I really love it. Outener wall rides by Retube and Renergy, and yet another quite painful, quite hard track for the end of the showcase. So basically what you need to do is just somehow stick to the wall, to outer turn on the wall and go into the finish. And like for first, I don't know, like 2-3 minutes it seems impossible, but then people suddenly start going into the finish, and Kurisu was like doing, I don't know how he did it, like 7 seconds of 10 second after time from Retube and Renergy, which is huge. And as you can see, I just like doing photo mode, that people somehow could stick to the wall and could do some tries. Unfortunately, I didn't catch any lucky attempts, so yeah, it is what it is. Another one element track. But anyway guys, thanks for watching showcase number 32. Hope you enjoyed, hope you love to see all of this really weird, fun track, really interesting with logic, and hope to see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and leave like. Bye.